A former Lompoc Lyft driver is named in another lawsuit. The lawsuit names not only 52-year-old Jason Lamont Fenwick as a defendant, but also the rideshare company Lyft. It was filed in the San Luis Obispo County Superior Court Friday afternoon. The woman identified as Jane Doe's 1, 2, and 3 each claimed they were sexually assaulted by their Lyft drivers on their ride home. The attorney representing the Nipomo woman says he filed the lawsuit because discussions with Lyft failed.
As we got closer to what I thought could be a resolution, they dug their heels in that Lyft is not an employer. It's not a taxi service. It's not a transportation service. All it provides the public is what they quote unquote say is a software platform that's available for the public to use or for people who want to be drivers to use.
According to jail logs, Fenwick was arrested last November and is being held in San Luis Obispo County Jail with a bail of $500,000. KSBY's Megan Healy spoke with the woman who is accusing Fenwick of sexually assaulting her. She joins us live in San Luis Obispo with new details of her story. Megan?
Well, Richard, just to be clear, in that lawsuit, the other alleged victims aren't accusing Fenwick of assaulting them, rather other Lyft drivers in Los Angeles and San Diego counties. But the Nipomo woman I spoke to, who didn't want to share her name, says it was Fenwick who took advantage of her, and she says she has surveillance video to prove it.
Their promise was a safe ride home. And that's not what we got.
This Nipomo woman, it takes me back to the last time she'll ever use a rideshare app.
I'm one of those college students who wanted to take advantage of that instead of risking getting a DUI or killing somebody. So I ordered a Lyft.
But she says her short ride home turned into an ongoing nightmare.
I woke up the next morning and I knew something wasn't right.
She says 52-year-old Jason Lamont Fenwick drove her home, took her inside, and sexually assaulted her. Though she says she was intoxicated, she remembers him helping her inside the house.
I was severely sore. Had bruises in multiple places. I was bleeding out of both of my private areas.
After recent break-ins in her neighborhood, the woman says she installed security cameras both outside and inside her home. It was those cameras, she says, helped capture her assault.
I had to stop watching when he started taking my clothes off.
To make matters worse, the woman believes Fenwick got access to her Lyft account on her phone and gave himself a $20 tip. She wants justice and stronger passenger security.
More safety, more background check. There needs to be some sort of thing where there's a panic button or they call the driver, is everything okay? Everything okay? Nobody answers. Something needs to happen.
Now, that woman also told me she hopes that Lyft takes responsibility not only for drivers, but for passengers' safety. Now, she's also hoping that her story will help other potential victims out there share theirs. Live in the newsroom, I'm Megan Healy, KSBY News.
All right, Megan, thank you. KSBY reached out to Fenwick's attorney and Lyft and have not heard back. Fenwick is set to appear in court July 31st. According to McKiernan, if he agrees to a plea deal, he will serve 28 years in prison. But if he pleads not guilty and is then convicted, he could face life behind bars.